The manifestors, the kings and the queens of this world, the initiators, the fire starters, the trailblazers, the warriors. This video is dedicated to this human design energy type. And by the way, if you're not a manifestor, if you're a projector, reflector, generator, or a manifesting generator, I still think you'll find lots of value in this video, as we are all surrounded by this powerful human design type called a manifestor. So in today's video, we are going to discuss the unique characteristics of the manifestor type, the manifestor's key to success and peace in life, the decision-making strategy and the strategy for manifesting things in different areas of your life, how to start a business for manifestors, and most importantly, how to make it successful for entrepreneurs. And last but not least, I'll also give some general recommendations for manifestors based on my experience working with my clients and the research that I've done on this subject. Okay, so before we get started, let me introduce myself very quickly, guys, for those of you that are new to my channel. So I'm a manifestation and human design expert, and I help people unleash their innate skills and talents so that they could monetize them, attract more abundance and success while being fully in line with who they are, and really find that unique manifestation strategy that will work for a specific individual. And I also help people understand the purpose, get more clarity about this. So let's get back to manifestors. So let's say you've got your body graph, you've learned that you are a manifestor. What's your inner mechanics? Well, what you will notice is that one of your motor centers, it will be either your ego, your solar plexus, or your emotional center, or your root. It will be connected with the throat, which makes a manifestor. And what really makes you different from any other human design type is that your ability to move your energy into action without really waiting for any external validation, any external sign, any external stimulation, unlike it is the case, for example, for generators and manifesting generators and projectors. And you guys really have this enormous power and pressure within you to impact other people with this pressure and power I've just mentioned. And the existential question for you is, who do I impact? Where can I make the change? Where can I be the initiator and the fire starter? So this is, I would say, quite a huge responsibility for manifestors, and not all manifestors can cope with it because of the conditioning that exists out there. But I would say being a manifestor is not an easy task. However, there are things that can obviously make your life much easier. As I know, it's not always easy to initiate. And also, like a really nice example I really want to provide you guys with, the best way to describe a manifestor is to really imagine the dance floor. So when there is the slow song where everyone is dancing, who is inviting people for a dance? They are the manifestors, because while everyone else is being shy, is not being brave to really take the first step, it would be the manifestor who would initiate and invite a girl for a dance. So I'm really sorry, for the girls who are manifestors, sometimes maybe they will have to take that first step. Which makes the manifesting females really proactive, which is really beautiful in my opinion. Anyway, let's get back to your mechanics. So you will also have your closed and repelling aura. And what this really means is that unlike the generators or the manifesting generators whose aura is open and enveloping, and it's really easy to understand how generators feel like, what's happened, like their mood, it's easy to sense that. Well, with manifestors, it's almost like they have this shield in front of them that doesn't allow other people to really sense like what's happening within, unless people ask you like a straightforward question. So this is why this aura is closed, and something that manifestors need to be aware of when people are asking them too many questions, like what's happening, and I know something is off, why you can't share. So I think manifestors will understand this, because they might be getting those questions quite often. And speaking about the repelling part, what does this mean? Repelling means that most manifestors, they don't really like to, be told what to do. They don't like instruction. They don't like to ask for permission. They don't like when other people impose control over them. And it's almost like your energy field communicates to the rest of the world. Just leave me alone. Just don't ask me those questions. Let me do what I need to do. And in a way, this energy field repels other energy types, which sometimes leads manifestors to that anger that is not self-theme for manifestors, because really manifestors don't like when someone is preventing them from doing what they want, when their task is blocked. They don't like when people get frustrated with them, when they are pushing them, when they are blaming them. Sometimes this also leads to rejection or alienation, when manifestors just like they feel like no one just gets them, no one understands them, and they kind of they prefer to be on their own. So this is not self-theme. I know for some manifestors it can be quite painful to experience this, but thank God there is a strategy, there is a remedy for that, and we are about to discuss this in a few seconds. Okay, so now moving to our next point, which is manifestors' key to peace and success in life. And this is pretty much the strategy that will help you avoid all the resistance, anger, and confrontation of the external world. So this strategy is to inform. And I know that for a lot of manifestors, it's a little bit confusing. What does it exactly mean? So in simple language, the strategy to inform means to learn when and how to communicate. Because really, a poor communication is manifestors' number one enemy. And, as I mentioned already, your aura is very, very powerful. It's close, it's repelling, but the reason why it's one of the most powerful aura types is because you really have that power to overcome all the resistance, all those arguments, all that control created by the external world. You truly have this power, but the question is it worth it? Is it worth your energy? Isn't it too energy consuming for you to deal with all this anger? And this energy can really be spent on something completely different, something that is better for you. And this is how you can use your human design strategy to inform to your benefit. But one disclaimer, it requires a little bit of consciousness and awareness. So you really need to understand that if you overcome this ego, this unwillingness to let everyone know what you are up to, how do you feel, what are your plans and intentions, especially those people who are directly involved in your projects, in your day-to-day. So once you learn how to do this and when to do this, you will really avoid those confrontations and the resistance that you might have been facing if you didn't really have this awareness before. And again, don't look at it as asking for permission. What you're doing is pretty much using a very smart strategy. And I really like, this picture of a politician, because I always recommend to my fellow manifestors to be smart politicians and follow their strategy. And this is to, like politicians always tell other people what they want to hear, so that they get exactly what they want, so that everyone leaves them alone and they do what they need to be doing. So in your case, what you want to get is that peace of mind, is everyone just like leaving you alone and you are doing what you have to be doing. So my recommendation to you guys, be that smart politician, follow your strategy to inform, learn when and how to communicate to avoid the resistance and anger. Now, to make this a little bit more visual and structured and step by step, this is how your manifestation and decision making strategy would look like. So how do you inform to get the freedom of action? So first of all, the step number one is, as always, to make a decision, to set an intention and ask yourself the question, who do I want to impact, or what do I want to impact? Then step number two is to follow your inner authority. So you will learn what your authority type is on your body graph. For example, 51% of the world's population have an emotional authority. So for example, if you're an emotional manifestor, your inner authority would be to wait for that emotional clarity, to sleep on that decision 1 or 2 days, to make sure that you're 100% clear about what and how what you want to initiate and impact others. Then step number 3 will be to communicate to whoever is involved in your project, in your plan, in your intention, what you're about to do. Explain this to them to, again, avoid those questions and challenges in the future. And then your step number 4 is to initiate. And a really funny example I want to provide you with, guys, it's, by the way, it's a like dark humor, but I think you will like it. So this is how an emotional manifestor would initiate if, for example, this person wants to kill someone. So in real life, like step number 1, this person makes a decision, I want to kill someone. Then the step number 2 is to really look at your emotions. Like, don't kill this person right away. Maybe like wait 1 or 2 days to understand, like, do you really have emotional clarity that you really want to kill this person? Then once you've got your yes, then you tell this person, I want to kill you. Like, make sure this person knows about your intention. And then step number 4, you either go after this person and you kill them, and then see what happens after you have informed. This is very, very important. Okay, so of course this is like a dark joke, but I think it in a way illustrates how you would go about this decision-making process in real life. But just a disclaimer again, don't kill anyone. All right, manifestors, we've just had some fun. Let's get back to business. If there are any entrepreneurs watching this video, if you are guys manifestors, this is your business success strategy to start a successful business and to maintain a successful business. So the first piece of advice I have for you is to inform your audience, especially if you're on social media, on the end result, on the product that you're about to create. Don't just come up with a service or a product out of the blue when no one has ever heard about what you do. Anyway, it's not going to work. So as a manifestor, it's your responsibility to communicate along the way about your service, about your product, about its features, so So to create, that healthy hype for your fans. And in fact, it's a great strategy also to build that wait list, people who are ready to buy, and then you don't really have to face that resistance, because you want to initiate, but there is no one to respond to your offer. So this is how this strategy to inform would look like in a business setting. Now, the second piece of advice I have for you manifestors is to understand that you do not have the sacral center defined. And by the way, this is something that I forgot to mention when I was speaking about the manifestors mechanics. Guys, you are not generators. You are not manifesting generators. You don't have that consistent life force energy to work consistently and long hours on something. So this is where the greatest wisdom for you to acquire is. And what this really means for business, there is this prevalent idea that is being promoted everywhere, that you have to be consistent. You need to post consistent content on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Well, I don't want to disappoint you, but you can't be consistent, because the energy in the manifestor's body works when there is an urge, and you don't have urges like consistently. You have them when you have them. So when you feel that your energy wanes, you might feel that your business wanes, like you don't have energy for your business and you might be about to give up. Well, don't give up, please, because what you simply need to do is to take a break and to rest and to wait a little bit until you have that next urge, So don't try to be generators and manifesting generators. Understand that you work completely differently, and learn when to work and when to rest. Another thing that will be very helpful for you is to batch your content. When you understand that you can't be consistent, it's very good to use like calendars and different content batching software to make sure that you don't just disappear from the face of internet simply because you don't have motivation or you don't have inspiration to do something. Make sure there is something that works that helps you, maintain that consistency and doesn't really require your energy. So look for that software. I'm sure you'll really benefit from that. And last but not least, know your audience. So I can't really emphasize how important this is. So don't really forget, my dear manifestors, that the rest of the world, the generators, the manifesting generators, the projectors, the reflectors, they are waiting for you to initiate. Therefore, you need to create that environment of response. You are selling to generators. You are selling to manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors. Therefore, in your offers, you always need to create those like yes or no questions. You need to create something so that the rest of the world has something to respond to. When you understand how generators and other human design types work, this is when you need to speak their language. As a manifesting generator, I want to initiate. I want to really be that proactive person as you are, but I can't, because I'm waiting for people like you to take that first step, to give me something to respond, something that I can buy, something that I can consume to really move forward. So always keep in mind your audience, my dear manifestors. And now, moving to the end of this presentation, very, very important for you guys, the recommendations that I think you will strongly benefit from. So first of all, as I mentioned, don't ever try to be a generator. You will never become one. Learn when to work and when to rest. The second piece of advice, you have to be strong as a being within yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to honor your authority and understand that you are very, very different in your mechanics, and that sometimes you just need to be alone, and it's healthy for you to be alone. Then again, work on your communication and this strategy to inform. By the way, I apologize for the spelling mistakes I just noticed. So learn what exactly it means specifically for you to inform, and to know what's the best way for you to make that impact. Then a peace comes from the acceptance of the process. Learn how to accept people for who they are. Oh my God, I'm a typical manifesting generator. I've made so many, so many spelling mistakes. I'm just like skipping steps as always. So now you see the human design in real life. Then let your mind measure the situation, measure the environment, measure the setting, and then let your authority to move on. Let your authority be the decision maker, not your mind. Okay, so to conclude this video, I want to say, guys, that I'm offering human design consultations. I'm also consulting people on the genetic imprint, on the gene keys. So if you really want to learn your own manifestation strategy for success in business, in career, in other areas of your life, this is how you can find me. I would be very happy and honored if you could trust me your body graph, so that we can dig deeper into your human design and understand what's the best way specifically for you to fulfill your potential. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye-bye.